News at Noon starts right now.
Thanks for joining us at noon. I'm Brianna Fernandez. The Weld County District Attorney says 3 people have been charged in a homicide from last month. On April 11th, Larimer County deputies found the body of a man shot to death and set fire in the Poudre Canyon. Now, a few days later, deputies tried to pull over a suspect, Isaac Valdez Salvador, on I-25 near Meade. He fled, eventually jumping out of his car and getting hit by another. Deputies arrested him and a woman, Juana Espino. They're both facing multiple charges, including first-degree murder. Investigators determined the murder happened in Weld County, but the body dumped in Larimer County. Another woman, Monica Lopez Silva, is also facing 2 charges of accessory to a crime and tampering with physical evidence. Authorities say the investigation is still ongoing. Now, new at noon, and Denver police now say 4 people were injured in a shooting last night in Denver's Lodo neighborhood. This all happened after 9 o'clock near 19th and Market Street. 3 people were taken to the hospital. A 4th took themselves after getting grazed. DPD told us the injuries do not seem to be life-threatening. No word on a possible suspect, and you may remember back in 2023, on that same exact block, 5 people were shot at Whiskey Row. Also this morning, Thornton police are still searching for a suspect in a road rage shooting. The shooting happened on Friday near the intersection of 104th Avenue and Colorado Boulevard just before 6 o'clock. Police say one driver shot another driver in the arm. A woman and someone younger than 18 were in the victim's car. They were not hurt. The driver took off in a red or maroon Jeep Grand Cherokee. Anyone with information is asked to call Thornton police. Now, Denver police are investigating a crash involving a driver and someone on an electric scooter. DPD posted about the crash on social media around 8:30 last night. They say it happened at the intersection of Colfax and North Clarkson Street, right next to the Fillmore Auditorium. One person was taken to the hospital and the driver did stay on scene. DPD says that person was seriously hurt. We are working to find out how that person is doing today. Now, taking a live look outside right now, a bit cloudy and warm, but it's not going to stay like this for long. We actually have a spring storm on its way to the metro area later today, with more rain coming tomorrow. So breaking it all down for us, it's Keely Chalmers. Keely, talk to me about what's going to be happening for the next 48 hours.
Yeah, we got an active system moving in. It's going to bring us some impressive rainfall amounts to the lower elevations, impressive snowfall to the mountains. Increasing clouds out across the I-25 corridor right now. We're at 64 degrees outside the 9 News studio, so we might warm a degree or 2, and then we're going to start to cool down as we see those clouds increase and the precipitation already moving in from the south. You can see heavy rain down across the southeast corner of the state, the southern plains. Also some rumbles of thunder with this system as it gradually moves north through the state, all the result of this deep trough of low pressure. This is a closed low. It is gradually going to be pushing off to the east. As it does, it's going to rotate moisture from the Gulf into our area. So we are again expecting a lot of rain tomorrow. Today, clouds increasing. We're going to top out right around 65 degrees. And as you can see, warm. This is where we're going to reach our high right around 1 o'clock and then just cool off. We're going to be back down into the 50s by 5 o'clock tonight. But tomorrow, that is our weather impact alert. We're talking about soaking rain, 1 to 2 inches, localized street flooding a possibility, also some rock slides and mudslides in the foothills, and snow 1 to 3 feet at pass level, even a decent amount of snow in the foothills. We're looking at 6 to 12 inches in the higher foothills, 4 to 6 inches in the lower foothills. Even Palmer Divide south along I-25 could see some snow. We'll talk more about that coming up in your complete forecast in just a bit.
Keely, thank you so much. Starting this Wednesday, the federal government will begin its Real ID enforcement. So it's a special driver's license with a star. Now you'll need to get through TSA to travel domestically. As 9 News reporter Janelle Finch tells us, there's a new warning about scams surrounding that deadline.
The Colorado DMV says only 4% of drivers don't have their real ID. This is good, especially as cybersecurity companies are warning people about possible scammers taking advantage of the looming federal enforcement deadline. While the state sits at a 96% for real ID compliance, the Department of Homeland Security says the country is 81% compliant. Cybersecurity teams say those still needing to get their updated IDs may be vulnerable to possible scammers. They say texts and emails are going out to people impersonating local DMVs. The Colorado DMV says it hasn't received any reports of real ID related scams here, but warns people to be cautious. One cybersecurity strategist says his company has tracked an uptick in scams over the last few weeks.
There's still millions of Americans who don't have a real ID, so really these attackers are preying on those folks to sort of get in front of that. And so we've definitely been tracking that and working with local government agencies to track a lot of this information to make sure that, if we're starting to see certain trends in certain regions of the country, that we can focus there and try to attack that.
The DMV says it will never contact somebody by phone, email, or text asking for personal information related to the Real ID. The department says if this should happen to you, you should report it to the FBI or Federal Trade Commission. From DIA, Janelle Finch, 9 News.
Today, Denver City Council will vote on the Park Hill Golf Course land swap deal. If approved, the city would get the 155-acre golf course. In return, the company that owns it would get 145 acres of undeveloped land near DIA to build housing. The golf course closed back in 2018. 5 years later, voters chose not to build housing there, leaving plans for the land in limbo. Now this week, Denver City Council will consider extending the city's contract with a license plate reader. The readers were originally installed to fight car thefts and crime. However, opponents have raised privacy concerns about the cameras for a while. Now there's added concerns that they would be used by ICE to catch people who are in the country without proper documentation. The proposed 2-year extension would support more than 100 plate recognition cameras at 70 Denver intersections. Colorado Parks and Wildlife is investigating a possible drowning after rangers found a body tied to an overturned boat. Rangers responded Saturday afternoon and recovered the victim at Steamboat Lake. That person was pronounced dead at the scene. Officials say they were not wearing a life jacket. Witnesses reported strong winds in the area at the time. CPW is reminding everyone that cold water and sudden weather changes can be dangerous and that wearing a life jacket could save your life. This is going to be a good one. It's almost time to buckle up for another wild ride with the Nuggets. Denver is about to face the Oklahoma City Thunder in the Western Conference semifinals. After knocking the Clippers out of the playoffs over the weekend, the Nuggets outscored LA by 32 points in the second and third quarters to really put the game away. They even got to enjoy some confetti falling at Ball Arena after the blowout. Fans were glued to their screens to watch the game, and we were all hopeful to carry the same energy against OKC.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a close game. We'll see. SGA is pretty good, but we got Jokic. I think we'll be good.
Great game for sure. The full schedule for the series with the Thunder is set. Game 1 is tonight in OKC, followed by Game 2 happening on Wednesday. Then they're going to come back to Denver for Games 3 and 4 on Friday and Sunday. Games 5 through 7 have dates set, but not times, just in case of a sweep. And exciting news, thanks to our partnership with Altitude Sports, you can watch their pre- and post-game Nuggets show on KTVD Channel 20 for the rest of the postseason.